They say truth is stranger than fiction, but what if truth is even more terrifying than anything your mind could dream up? Urban legends have always walked that fine line between myth and reality, often leaving us questioning the stories we hear. But some of these tales, some of these nightmares are far more than just stories. They're chilling, bone-rattling truths, things that happened in the dark corners of our world, things that still haunt us today. Take the story of the killer in the back seat, for example. You've heard it a million times. Someone driving late at night, minding their business, only to notice strange headlights tailing them. But it doesn't end there. It gets worse. In a twist that sounds too horrific to believe, many victims of this urban legend have found themselves saved by a sudden, eerie intervention. A stranger, a gas station attendant, or even a passing driver, warns them that someone is hiding in their back seat, waiting to strike. It's not just a legend. It's been reported more times than we can count. And in some cases, people have been found murdered in their own cars, the killer lurking right behind them. And then there's the nightmare we all know about. The babysitter and the man upstairs. A seemingly innocent story. A babysitter gets a call, and the voice on the other end asks her to check on the children. After several unsettling calls, she discovers that the voice is coming from inside the house. That's creepy enough on its own, but in real-life cases, this terrifying tale has turned out to be all too real. In one tragic instance, a babysitter in the 1950s found herself face-to-face with a man hiding in the attic, and the children she was supposed to protect were found murdered. The phone calls were just the beginning of a deadly nightmare. That urban legend? It turned into a gruesome reality. But nothing will make your blood run colder than the story of the Slender Man. You may have heard of him from the internet, a tall, faceless figure in a black suit, lurking in the background of nightmares. For years, Slender Man was just another ghost story, a piece of the horror folklore that you would never believe could cross into the real world. That is, until two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin, convinced that Slender Man was real, lured a friend into the woods and stabbed her 19 times, leaving her to die. The girls believed they had to kill for him. The legend wasn't just a story, it had become a twisted, murderous obsession that led to real-life terror. And don't even get started on the black-eyed children. For years, the reports came in, children showing up on doorsteps at night, their eyes completely black, no white or iris. They would beg to be let in, their voices eerily polite, their presence chilling. Some people who let them in later reported feeling strange, unsettled, or even deathly ill. Others who refused them have been haunted by the feeling of those cold, empty eyes staring at them in the dark, long after the children were gone. To this day, no one knows who or what they really are. Some say they're demons, others say they're aliens. But the fear these creatures evoke is all too real. Each of these stories began as urban legends, whispers in the dark. But in the quiet corners of our world, the truth behind them is far darker than we ever imagined. And with every passing year, the lines between myth and reality continue to blur. If you hear a story, if you hear a legend, sometimes it's better to run, because not all of them are just stories anymore. Some of them are real and they're still out there, waiting.